Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the Shakti Spiral New Moon in Virgo. How did you make it through the Venus retrograde? I wanted to talk a little bit before we got started, just to kind of give a little bit of time for people to come on air and to join us. Oh my gosh. So Venus in retrograde, that was an intense energies, wouldn't you say? That was so, what is the word? Just in the trenches, dealing with old unresolved issues and issues that we thought that we had worked on that came up to fully be healed and fully be transmuted, and visiting it from different perspectives. That was really powerful for me. And I feel like it was a really powerful gateway for more self-awareness and for a space to heal even deeper and further. It's funny because I posted, if you have followed me on not YouTube, on Facebook, on the Shakti Spiral, I believe it was there. I saw this really beautiful picture with a woman with like a spiral on her face, and she was in that quote. It talked about how we can revisit old things that we thought we once dealt with, and the reason we revisit them is not to go through the same trauma or the drama of it, but to have a deeper perspective and a deeper healing, maybe even places that we didn't have access to before. And so now we are in that flux of healing and in that deeper awareness to get even deeper than we did before. So that was huge for a lot of people. A lot in my circle had gone through transformations, deeper invitations to heal. So it was a really powerful time to really delve into the deep powers part of the heart, where we had some things that needed to come up. What a beautiful way to kind of go from the new moon to the new moon, in the powerful spaces of that. And actually Venus retrograde was a little bit further than that, but it seemed like anything, when you're kind of getting to the pinnacle point, the climactic point, that is how the energies felt. Definitely for me anyways. And I know a lot of other people, some people had a week of tears, and I was included in that, shedding and releasing. And so anything that you feel and anything that you go through in these shifts, as we are really delving deep with the energies that are being presented to us, just honor what you feel. Go with it, not from a place of judgment, but a place of open receptivity to the gifts and the further awareness that is available to you. So, new moon in Virgo. I love Virgos. I love them because there's a lot of signs, but they're really the ones that if you want to get something done, if you want to really work on being precise and truly disciplined, the Virgos are the people to go to. They're the doers. They get the jobs done. No holds bar, focused. They're the ones. So I love that we are in this new moon energy, because it is a time with that partial solar eclipse, with the later on in the full moon, we're going to be having a lunar eclipse to shine differently on different perspectives that we may have missed. And that's kind of like what the energies are about lately. They are about going back and going, what did I miss the first time? So that is kind of a little bit of a foreshadowing for what we're going to be doing tonight. So welcome to everybody who has joined in, wherever you are around the world, whether you're watching this live or you'll be watching the rebroadcasting of it. Welcome to the Shakti Spiral, where this is me as your host, Shakti, offers in this loving service, this powerful way to gather together online, to share in this beautiful energy, to create a further awareness, and to bring to light challenges or healing or activations, greater understandings of things that we go through, things that the energies are influencing in us and enabling, inviting us to take part in, so that we can really become closer to being our truer, most authentic selves here, and really live the lives that we were meant to live. So without further ado, I am going to sage. This is kind of been the thing that I do before we really get started and delve deep into the ritual. And it has been a busy Sunday for us here. So I know that literally up until just like an hour ago, I was really busy with my family and beautiful space, but it is now time to be together and to be centered in this beautiful moment. So a little bit of saging for you. Oh, and I wasn't able to get that beautiful feather that my beautiful crystal friend had made for me. See, just been so busy today, but that's okay, because now we are here and the hands work beautifully. So just take a deep breath, calling all of your energy back to you. In this space, releasing all that doesn't serve and just clearing the space above and below. I'm going to even do some behind me. Oh, goodness. Let's put that out. And now that we've created a nice little energetic vacuum, I go with my sweetgrass to invite in the loving ancestors, to invite in all that serves for our highest good in this beautiful sacred offering to all those who have gone before us and who will go after us. I love those embers. That's so beautiful. And if you have any of this, I welcome you to burn it along with me, to do your own little cleansing and purification of your space, so we can really be in sync with each other and with the energies that this ritual holds for us. And I look forward to these. I mean, really, a month just seems to be so long sometimes, you know? Just burn a little bit more, because if you know me, I can't get enough sweetgrass. I just love the smell. It's so inviting and just smells so good. A little bit more if you look at those beautiful embers. Whew. As we say goodbye to summer here in the north, starting to get a little cold where I'm at, a little bit more chilly. You can definitely feel fall is in the air. And for those of you who follow me on Facebook, I have been sharing my little Starbucks treats that I have been getting. And oh, you know, when you get a pumpkin spice latte, it is officially autumn. So that has been my thing this weekend, you know, trying out getting the pumpkin spice lattes, because I pumpkin everything, right, when the autumn comes, and I love it. Okay, so before we get started, and we do a lot of things, if you have something that you can write with or just kind of jot down some notes, I would invite you right now to grab that really quickly. I usually, we don't do a lot of journaling or things, sometimes I invite you to do that after we've had a meditation together and have done our ritual, but I just kind of want you to be in the space now. We're going to do a little bit before. And before we call in our circle in the quarters, I wanted to let you know something that is going to be for the giveaway. I'm kind of excited. First of all, let me think, what kind of direction do I want to do in this? And I want to call in the quarters first. I just don't want to make you wait till the very end to find out what it is that I have planned for the giveaway. We're gonna call in the quarters first. Okay, gosh, I've missed all of you guys. So if you've gotten that paper or your journal or whatever, just kind of put that to the side, somewhere within reach that you will get to after we're done with our beautiful opening of the energies. So, and just to let you know, before I get started and before I go live, I do call in the Divine One energy, just so that way I can have that portal open for me to be of service and to be a clear channel for what needs to come through the ritual. So I love doing that. And before I go any further, I am going to anoint myself with a little bit of my All Mother oil. Just my little bindi. You like that? If you can see it, that is a Herkimer diamond in the center of a triangle, because you know the One Ascension symbol has a triangle with the triple goddess symbol inside of it. For those of you who aren't aware, it's really powerful with sacred geometry that was channeled to me when I was first downloading the One Ascension technique. So yes, I was so excited that a woman actually custom made this for me, and it's just amazing. So Thank you to that artist. She's really talented. So, okay, get comfortable and be in this space with me. I invite you for this next hour or so as we journey together, as we work together and celebrate these energies together. Be with me and fully present. And I intend that what needs to be will be for our highest and best good. Okay, so just take a couple of deep breaths, inhaling, calling all of your energy back from all people, places, or things, times, or events. And as you exhale, releasing all that does not serve for your highest good and all that does not belong to you. The next cleansing inhalation, calling all of your energy back to be cleansed, to be healed, to be uplifted. And as you exhale, releasing all that isn't serving, all that is distracting, releasing everything in this moment that isn't for your highest good. And one last deep inhalation, centering ourselves. And exhaling, being fully present, fully in our bodies, in preparation for this sacred work. Now, as life would have it, we may have concerns, we might be going through certain challenges, we may have lost loved ones, we may be thinking of all of our to-do lists. And I just invite you at this time, whatever the circumstances that could be possibly drawing your attention away from this exact moment, to just think of a beautiful shelf and to put all of those cares and worries on that shelf, knowing that you can return to them if need be after the ritual is over. And also knowing that if you choose to leave them there, that they will be transmuted by your highest self into energy that serves for your highest good. And they will be released in a loving and kind way, a gentle way that will be for your highest good. And so now, I want you to focus on your heart, the center of your chest. And in this most beautiful, pristine, loving energy and frequency, I want you to picture a beautiful spiral. It can be any color you choose. Notice the color and let it get bigger, coming out of your heart chakra space, spiraling outward, enveloping your body from head to toe. This healing energy, it permeates every fiber and facet of your being, aligning you to your truest and highest self and to your truest and highest frequency, originating from love. And with this beautiful spiral, that is your sacred energy, your divine energy, I want you to offer it. Picture everybody that is in this ritual, those who are here presently and those who will be with us afterward during the rebroadcasting. Picture us in a beautiful circle wherever we may be around the world, whatever time zone we may be in. We are all connected in a very beautiful, powerful circle. So extend your spiral energy now out through your left side. See it connecting with the person on your left through their right side. Seeing the beautiful energy, their spiral merging with yours in a beautiful display of lights and love, frequencies for the highest good. And it leaves their left side, received to the person on their left from their right side. And so it goes around the circle in a beautiful clockwise motion, coming in through the right, leaving through the left, until it comes all the way around to you and you receive it, all that beautiful spiraled energy into your right side. And notice it being introduced to your energy field with this beautiful spiral that you hold. All these prisms of lights, colors, different variations, all holding the highest frequency of love. They can be one solid color. It could be various colors. And just allow yourself to merge with that in the beautiful sacred spiral that has been created. Just inhale all of that love, all of that divine connection. And it's amazing. You can feel the love. You can feel that connection. So beautiful. And now from this space, we can call in and invite in the directions to stand as witness. And first, I call in our guides to stand close, to watch over us and to protect us through this sacred gathering. Call in our ancestors, those who have gone before, and those who will go after us. We ask them to step in close, to be close with us as we journey and go through this beautiful experience together. And now we call in the directions. We call in the direction of the east, element of air, the guardians of energy and thought, the winged ones, where all things begin, where the sun rises. We call in the beautiful elements that surround thought, that surround that spark of innovation. We call you now and welcome you into our circle. And to the direction of the south, the guardians, the fire keepers, the element of fire. We call you now, your creative energy, the Kundalini rising, the passion, the determination. We call you now and invite you into our circle. And to the direction of the west, the guardians of the water, the sacred water keepers, the records that are contained in the sacred waters, the amniotic fluid of creation, emotion, and intuition. We call you now and bid you welcome to our circle. And to the direction of the north, the guardians of the earth, the sacred earth keepers, the earth walkers, the ancient ones, Pachamama. Manifestation, deeply rooted and richly connected in Mother Gaia. We call you now to be part of our circle. And to the Divine Mother, the Sacred All-Mother, we call you now to stand forth and be with us. Bless us, your children, as we gather together to create lives that are worthy of us. Be with us, surround us, bless us. We call in the Divine One energy, and we direct it to surround us, to flow through us, to anchor into us and into the space, into no time and no space, and above, below, within and without. And so it is. Welcome, welcome. Woo. Whenever I do that, I get a little hot channeling in that energy. Okay. For those who've joined us, we thank you for being here. We thank you for those who have been with us from the very beginning, the very first new moon ritual back in April. And in fact, that is what's going to be part of the ritual tonight. It's actually, this is the 6-month mark of the Shakti Spiral New Moon Rituals, and it feels like we have been gathering together so much longer than that, because energy has no time. It doesn't have a beginning or an ending. It just is in this powerful frequency of creation, constantly moving, constantly doing. And we have been constantly moving, constantly doing. Even when we felt in times of stagnancy, we have been moving. We have been moving either towards what we've wanted and it just allowed the energy of gestation, or we've been in a period of sacred holding where we needed to reevaluate and see and assess where our lives are and where they're headed. And that is kind of what we're going to be working with tonight. Virgo is an earth sign, very powerful sign. And it's about doing, it's about assessing and making sure that the job gets done well. Now, if you remember our ritual back in April, it was about going into that very sacred space that we will be revisiting tonight and looking at your soil, seeing, just like the metaphor of the farmer, where the farmer will test its soil to see if there's any nutrients that are missing, things that are needed to be added to the soil so that it can ensure a bountiful harvest. And being that we are going into the second harvest of what could be called Mabon, or the second harvest of the wheel of the year, that is going to be done towards the end of the month. It's time to assess where our harvest is, where we can look to harvest soon. And so we're going to be revisiting. And I want you, if you have been with me from the very beginning, that very first 6 months ago in April, the very first seeds of intention that you had planted, or the seeds that you were able to really see within yourself that needed to come forward, we are going to be revisiting those. And if you haven't been with me from the beginning, that's okay, because we're still going to be assessing in a very sacred way, not in a way that comes from ego, not in a way that comes from a have to do, but directly connected and aligned with high self and aligned with your true path and what it is you're really supposed to be doing. We can get inundated with a lot of have tos, a lot of we shoulds, a lot of I think this is what I'm supposed to do and not really sure. And so this is about assessing, going deeply within, and reevaluating. So I want you to take a quick moment to write down anything that you may have thought that you wanted 6 months ago. And even if you weren't here for that ritual, still write it down. Try to think back and recall, what were you really wanting or thinking that you wanted or intending about half a year ago, since April's time. I want you to look at that. I want you to think about it. For me, it was really about seeing the success, and not in the way of success versus like a monetary success, but the success of these new moon rituals to go forward so they can be of service, so they can truly serve in the way that the All-Mother has been guiding me to serve with them, and that's why they were created. And I really had, for myself, thought about that and a couple of other personal intentions before one that I can share to give an example. I looked at that seed of intention being the very first new moon ritual and looking at my soil and assessing that it was time to now plant the seed. I'm looking at the harvest now. And is there a part in my life, and this is where I'm going to be asking this internally and getting the answer through the ritual, is there a part of my life that hasn't fully aligned to it, or is it completely aligned and now another part needs to come in to be seated for this new moon energy, so that I can really then now the next step can go forward? Because that's the way it works. You one step and then another and then another. And that is how you work an intention. That is how you work a goal, one step after another, step by step by step. So I'll give you a quick minute to just journal that down real quickly. And as you do, I want to talk to you a little bit about what I'm going to be giving away. I love, if you're familiar with Abraham Hicks, I don't have a lot of her books, Esther Hicks. I have several, and I just think she's such a powerful channel for that conscious energy of Abraham. And I was guided. I don't really know when exactly, but I was guided to pick up her card deck. It's one of them. It's called Getting into the Vortex, and I love it because that's what I work with. Vortex, vortices, however you want to say the plural of vortex. I work with that energy a lot, with the one energy, the one ascension technique, the Shakti spiral even. A lot of that energy to pull out, to bring in. And so it called to me the deck. And it was really, really neat because it's about relationships. And it's called Getting into the Vortex. It's the deck on relationships. But it's so reflective when we look at how we interact with others. As I was speaking a little bit earlier about the Venus in retrograde coming out of that, and how I was interacting with myself and that internal healing that still needed to be done. And going forward, how I could see it being mirrored, or certain invitations to work on other little parts and pieces of my internal world, seeing it reflective sometimes in other people. And this deck is really cool. And I love it because it kind of brings you, just like, it's a really cute little deck. It has little pictures on the back. It goes into a little deeper explanation. So the reason why I'm telling you about all this is because I got one for one of you. Yay! So tonight there will be a drawing for your own brand new unopened deck with all, I mean, look at that array of, there's so many. I think how many cards are in here? 60 cards are in here. So I love it. And I will pull one just randomly sometimes when I'm guided to. I have them by the side of my desk. So whenever I'm guided, I pull one. And it's always, of course, the way that the law of attraction works, the way that we are in alignment with the universe will give us what we need to know at that time. And they're just always really powerful messages. So I wanted to, even though that isn't about like seeds or a new moon, I wanted to gift this to somebody because I really felt guided. I really, again, with the giveaways that I do, it's just a thank you for spending time with me, and just a kind of giving, a paying forward. I get guided to do certain gifties, and so this is one of them. And another one, it's just kind of a fun thing, since it is autumn here in the north. I and my beloved, we went to we had to do some errands today, and so we ended up by the mall, and we went to the Yankee Candle Shop, and I love it. And they have these little tartlets. So there's one called pumpkin spice that you put into like a warmer and it kind of melts. My pumpkin spice is my favorite. And one called apple pumpkin and one called apple spice. And so these three that smell so amazing will also be going to somebody just as a happy fall, because that's just, I'm a fall girl. So not like that. But I mean, you know what I mean. I'm an autumn girl. I love autumn. How about that? Okay. So that is what I wanted to share with you before we got started. Now we got to kind of come back and focus again, because that was so much fun and got me a little bit excited, and focus on where our intentions are going and assessing what needs to be, and using the Virgo energy to give us that propelling that we need forward, or that more in alignment focus. So, and also it's interesting that it's a partial eclipse for the solar, and then there will be a lunar eclipse for the full moon this month. And how telling, because for me, whenever I feel the energies of the solar eclipse, it feels it is time to go within and assess. Kind of what the new moon, the lunar eclipse has a different energy. To me, it feels like the illusion is off, and the veil is off, and you are seeing clearly when it's the lunar eclipse. The solar eclipse, to me, because it kind of goes into that, it feels like it's going into the dark, the way that the planets align and the eclipse happens. I feel like, It is about really going within and getting into that space of the Divine Mother, the womb energy, the energy of, instead of the outward, like the sun, you know, like when we use our sun sign, what we show outward to the world, the moon sign is about what we are internally. And so I feel like the sun is kind of that covering now. So it's time to go within into the moon and be in that space and see what she is guiding us to know. And what a perfect time to do that. So let's begin our journey together. I want you just to get comfortable in your seat, wherever you are. Taking a deep breath, inhaling, and as you exhale, just allow your body to just relax. Relax in your mind, just no thoughts, letting go of all the information I even gave you, whether it applies to you or whether it doesn't, just allow it to go. And I want you, from the space of your solar plexus, which kind of goes hand in hand with the sun, which is about where your navel is, a little bit above your navel. Think of it like two fingertip lengths above your navel. I want you to focus your energy there. And I want you to see your solar plexus shining brighter than the sun. So bright that it almost hurts to look at it. That is how powerful you are, as a reminder, for those who may need that reminding, that you shine brighter than the sun. And I want you, from that space, to go inward, and even more inward. And we're going to actually take a little staircase down. The further down we go, the less it seems so bright. And with me, you allow me to be your sacred guide. I join you. And we journey down together. And at the bottom of this beautiful staircase, notice that there's a beautiful archway, and the door just opens to receive you. And there's a beautiful path that takes you into a beautiful land. And here, the moon is in her newness. It is nighttime, feels very dark, except for the path that seems to be shining, radiating a beautiful glow. You're completely safe, and you know this sacred space. Allow yourself and I to journey along this path. This is the place where the sacred seeds of intention are planted. Your own are planted here. We visited this place back in April for those who were with me. And if this is your very first time, know that you actually have visited before. Maybe not in conscious awareness, but this is a place that you go to when you intend for your life. And up ahead, there's a beautiful field. And it shines, not by sunlight, but from within. Everything is iridescent and has different colors. And remember, notice what your intentions have been from 6 months ago, or even new now under this new moon in Virgo. What is getting ready for the second harvest? So you walk up to this beautiful field, Notice that there is a beautiful bonfire surrounded with sacred stones. They can be crystals, they can be stones such as jaspers, stones from the earth, feldspar. Notice the different stones: moonstones, labradorite. And they act like little benches. So pick a stone, notice which one you're drawn to, and let's sit down. And as you notice the roaring fire, beautiful, beautiful in this night sky, assess your field. You can see it, you're in it. What does it feel like to you? Does it still need some care? Is it overgrown? Does it need some watering? Or is it blooming beautifully? Notice. Just take notice without judgment. Just take notice about what you've seen and witnessed. And as you sit here, as we sit here together, you notice up ahead, kind of off the pathway a little, there is a silhouette, kind of hard to make out because the moon isn't shining very well. But you see that there's a illuminating ember or glow that looks like it's coming from a lantern. I will sit here waiting for you by the fire. It is your time to go to this sacred person, the sacred being who has a message for you. This person has been the caretaker of your intentions. This being is part of you, in truth is you, who watches over the intentions that you set for yourself. So as you get closer to this person, closer to this sacred being, notice what they look like. The lantern they carry actually isn't even lit with a candle. It has sacred stones inside that seem to glow and are warm and inviting to you. And the closer you get, it actually shines pretty light so that you can see this beautiful being. What do they look like? Take notice of them. This being is ancient, before time, and will go on after time has stopped. It is part of you. It is a divine manifester in you that knows how to turn the elements, knows how to work elegantly with the elements to manifest. And they have been waiting for you. And there is a message that this sacred person or being has for you regarding what you have planted or what you intend to plant. There is direction here. So I will take a couple of minutes to be quiet so that you can receive the messages that are for you regarding your harvest and regarding and your intentions. So ask the question now. What do you have for me to know? What messages, what information for my highest good am I in need of right now regarding the intentions for direct alignment with my highest path? Remember, there may be words or there may be symbols. The information can be downloaded to you quickly and assimilated as you need it. Allow however it comes to you to come. Gathering the last bits of information needed, knowing that you can come back and connect at a later date and time. And it's time to leave now. Be sure to thank this sacred being for being here with you, for watching over your intentions, for aiding in the manifestation process, and giving you the information that you received at this time. You may even want to give them a token of appreciation, something meaningful, something exchanged. As you say thank you, you watch this sacred being turn and walk in the direction in which they came, as you turn and slowly walk back to the sacred fire. It is now time to go as I rise and come to stand next to you by the fire. Look at your field once more, this beautiful place that is yours. It could be glowing with symbols, with light. All that you need is within you. It is yours. And all you need to do is have but a little faith in yourself, knowing that everything, all the answers to everything you've ever wanted or desired that's in alignment with your highest path is yours. You only need to remember. And as we start to walk down this path, intend to remember and receive within you these sacred messages and this empowered feeling. Getting further and further away from that beautiful sacred fire. Going through that beautiful archway again and watching the door close behind us, we ascend the spiral staircase. Notice the way the banister feels as we ascend up, up, up. And as we do, seeing it get brighter and brighter and brighter, until we come to where it is as bright as the noonday. take a moment to just move your body a little bit. Stretch if you need to, adjust your shoulders. Be in this space. Be in your body. So how was that? What bit of information did you receive? What did your field look like? The seeds of your intentions from 6 months ago. Did you find any places that were just thriving? Did you find any spaces that felt a little bit neglected? Or were some things completely not even flourished? Or some things just took off as big as you could have possibly imagined and even more so? And what information did you receive from your sacred guide or being that is the ancient manifester within you? The person or the being who knows more than actually you do on a conscious level what you need at any given time that needs to be manifested. The really interesting thing about this sacred being is that with that is housed within you, that is part of you, is that when you work in this co-creative process and when you connect in this way, you are really bringing to light an even powerful connection, so that when you co-create with the universe and for your highest good with your highest self, you are really directly aligning to the direction that you need. Because there are times in our life where we feel we really want something or need something, but it really isn't in the way of alignment with the path that we have chosen for this incarnation. So it's interesting when this meditation happens, you can notice that there are some things that maybe didn't come to fruition, or things that maybe you didn't think would, that are just completely ready to be harvested. And think about what steps it's going to take to harvest and the next steps that will come after that. So that's really powerful. And I would not discount anything that you were shown, or that the information that you were given, or even a sense of understanding. Receive it all, because all of it has meaning. It may not make sense right now, but it's kind of like, a step at a time. All of a sudden it will make sense to you, and you have a fuller piece of information than you did when you began this. So discount nothing is the recommendation I would give to you now. Whew. Now this is so powerful. I can just feel the energy still. Just you're in that space, and know that you can connect that way again whenever you need to. Energies, energy. It's powerful to just connect and go to the ancient roots. But know too that you can do this at any time that you are being guided to, and make those connections and assess where your focus should be and what is the sacred next step on your path. It's better than kind of just doing all the detours, right? For me, I noticed that when I am more clear and ask questions about the direction I'm going in, or what is the next step, and what does it look like, or what do I need to do to even harvest what is available to me, when I ask those questions, sometimes the answers are different from what I thought they would be, or what I thought the next logical step would be. So that's why it's so important to check in and to go through that ritual, to go through that inner journey, because that's a place where there isn't the ego or the have-tos or the list of things. So I would recommend doing that, definitely, when you're being called to do that. And journal more after this ritual is over, if you feel so guided to. So, okay, now that we are done with the ritual, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about next month. Next month is going to be a very special month. It's a very special month for me because it is a time when I do a lot of ancestral work geared around Samhain, or the Halloween season, or even the Dia de los Muertos, which is like the Day of the Dead. It's time to honor ancestors and time to honor even those who will, I always say the ancestors, but also even the ones who will come after us. We're all connected and there isn't any time. So it's in that space. That's going to be a very, very special gathering. And so I invite you to be part of that and to share these events with others, because like I said, what we're doing here is more than just our inner work. We are making a pathway for others who are still not awake to follow, kind of like that luminary path. We are the luminaries of the world. And when we take ownership of our lives and the directions that they are going in, we can help and assist others to do the same. Even if it isn't in a conscious way, just by energetically doing it, because we are all connected as human beings here on this earth. We are doing work. Others will come and will do what they need to do to take ownership of their lives and to be responsible and to create a life that is worth living. Imagine if more people did that, how that would shift our planet. Imagine if more people were accountable for the things that happened in their lives or the choices that were made, and they didn't play the blame game. How powerful that would shift the vibration of our planet. Remember that we are all gathered for these times for a reason, and the more we gather, the more powerfully our areas are impacted. There's a study that shows that people who meditate together or who do ritual or any type of work that is involved with the highest possible frequencies, which we work in the frequency of the divine one energy, which is love, which is the energy of the all-mother, which is very nurturing, very housed in a nurturing, edifying energy. It shifts where we live. It shifts our planet. And the study showed, for those who were meditating, it shifted the consciousness. There was a huge plummet in crime and violent acts. So think about how the mother can heal. And that is the work that we are doing. We are healing ourselves and in turn healing the world. Because just like Gandhi said, be the change you wish to see. That is absolutely how it starts, with one person at a time. And then it's that spiral where there is no beginning and there is no end. Even though the spiral looks like it ends, it actually is a continuous energy. And it can go in either direction continuously as it's needed to do. So think of that. Think of how powerful these rituals are and the intentions held here for both you and I and the world. So I hope you will join me next month, and I intend that more and more people will hear about the Shakti Spiral New Moon online rituals, so that it will make and create a bigger and better change for the world. And that has been the intention for these rituals from day one. The first ritual back in April. And I want to thank you and honor you for taking the time, no matter what day it is on, for being here with me, because it really means a lot that you take this time to share an energy exchange. So, okay. Time to close our circle and release the directions. So let's release the directions first, and then we will close the circle or spiral just for this month. Until next month. We thank you, beloved All-Mother, for being here, for guiding us, protecting us, watching over us, nurturing us, and giving us what we need always. We ask you now to go if you will, stay if you must. We bid you thank you. We love you. Farewell. To the Divine One Energy, we thank you for being part of this sacred ritual, this sacred online gathering. Go if you will and stay if you must. We release you now in sacred love. To the direction of the north, element of earth, the sacred earth walkers, ancient record keepers, Pachamama, thank you for protecting and being part of our circle. Go if you will and stay if you must. We bid you farewell. To the direction of the west, the water keepers, the water healers, the element of water. We thank you for being part of our circle. Go if you will, stay if you must. Thank you, we bid you farewell. And the direction of the south, the firewalkers, creative energy, kundalini, the element of fire. We thank you for being part of our circle. Go if you will, stay if you must. We bid you thank you and farewell. And lastly, to the direction of the east, element of air, the winged ones, the sacred whispers we hear for sacred thought and innovation. We thank you for being part of our circle. Go if you will, stay if you must. Thank you, and we bid you farewell. And to our sacred ancestors, those who have gone before, who will go after us, and to our sacred spiritual team and guides, we thank you for standing close, for protecting and watching over us and being with us throughout this space. And we invite you to stay with us or to go as for our highest good. We thank you. And thank you. Thank you for those who are watching live and who will watch later on. And so, giveaway time. Okay, so how are we going to do this? You know, I love my Mr. Wallace to come in and do his little card flourish, and I pick a card and that's attached to a name. And so why fix something that isn't broke? So we will do it that way again. And so what we'll do is I will look in two places here on the Google Plus event page and on the Facebook event page for this new moon in Virgo. So two places. If you are interested in these cards, Getting into the Vortex by Esther and Jerry Hicks, The Teachings of Abraham. 60 cards look like this. They are meant for somebody. So amazing. These are really cool. And the little sweet little tartlets to get your autumn off to an amazing start. So I love them. Anyhow, so just go ahead and let me know on the let's see, the Google Plus here, the event page, or the Facebook New Moon in Virgo event page. So I haven't created one for next month, not yet. So next week I will be in the mountains with some goddess sisters for a women's retreat. And I invite you to go to oneascension.com. Check out the upcoming. There is a lot coming next year. Some things that I had thought that were going to be coming forward this year, I was guided that actually next year I got a little ahead of myself. Sometimes spirit doesn't work with dates and times. So some things that you think are going to come may have to just be put off just a little bit longer. So I invite you to look at that page. Definitely friend me on Facebook. Connect with me on the Shakti Spiral and One Ascension International on Facebook. I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear how you feel about these rituals, how they're making a difference in your life and in those around you. And before we go, and before we close for the evening, I want to take a moment to just connect with your heart, this heart space right here that is part of you, that is the true sense of who you are. And in this space of love, just send out to somebody that you know is in need of healing or is in need of a special blessing. And as we stand in this circle together, we intend that those who are in need of love and healing, those who are in need of peace, are to simply know that they are not alone, including those in this circle. We send this love with the gift of love from the All-Mother. May you know that you are never alone, that you are divinely held, and you are deeply appreciated, and your life is a gift to so many. You are seen, and I thank you for being here. And I will see you next month. And so, Look forward to that video. I will be posting it in a couple of minutes with the winner. So definitely do not delay. Let me know if you're interested in this giveaway, and you will be entered into the drawing, Google Plus event page and the Facebook event page. My love to you, and I will see you next month. Mwah.